I'd like to make a motion that we have no meetings and discussions related to construction until the judge appoints the ninth board member. We should let our superintendent and administration focus on curriculum and education and not waste their time on unproductive meetings and discussions. So moved.
Motion by Mr. Ellis, second by
Mike,
Mr.
Mr. what?
Ellis.
Stein.
I'm sorry, I was just reading about
Well,
this.
you probably made it flip over.
I'm sorry. The motion by Mr. Stein, second by Mr. Carroll. Discussion? I'm voting no to
I
this.
think as long as there's facts to be gathered out there,
Yes.
information needs to be
That's
gotten.
right.
We still have,
We have to re-educate all the board members.
Yeah, we're gonna do some.
we still have numbers that we're not comfortable with, and with that being said, those of you that want.
Call roll,
No,
Betty.
no,
Well, there you go.
this was not on the agenda, therefore there has to be
Any
no
discussion?
public comment.
Any discussion out there?
The
Anybody
whole
want to have a
time I've
comment?
been shot down saying, we've got all the information we need. When I made the motion in February to do it, I was told that I was just trying to stall. We
Who
had all
told,
the
who told you,
information we needed.
who said you have all the emotions, Chris? Who?
What's that?
Who said that? Who said
It
that?
was in the paper.
Who said
It was
that?
in the paper. That
Who-
Mr. Morrow said that I was trying to do a stall tactic, but that we had all the information that we needed to proceed. That was the exact
Okay.
thing.
Excuse me.
I was wrong.
Doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Point is,
That does matter.
any other discussion?
It does matter.
You made your point, you got any more to say?
Why are you pushing this through? Why don't you just accept the fact?
Motion's
Why
on
don't
the
you
table.
wait? Why don't you wait for this?
You got anything pertinent to say besides
I did.
why, this, that?
Why didn't you shut me down?
Are you done giving me something pertinent?
Yes, I am.
All right.
When I tell you I am.
When the board member gets seated, they're gonna have to have all of this information presented.
This is getting ridiculous.
Okay, anybody, are you guys done? Okay, anybody in the audience want to say anything? Call roll, Betty.
Mrs. Clement?
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy? Tomorrow?
No.
Mr. Robert Smith?
No.
Mr. Stein? Yes. Mrs. Wolko?
Yes.
Mr. Carroll?
Yes.
And Mr. Charles?
No. Now we're back to this, please. Hey, Randy, could you
I
straighten?
motion to adjourn.
Randy, would you please,
I'll
please
second
put on-
that.
There's a motion and a second.
It's gonna be 4-4.
I'd like to make another motion.
Hold it, there's a motion on the table
To adjourn.
to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Carroll, second by Mrs. Balko. Let's play this filibuster game. We'll do it all day. Let's get a cup of coffee and we'll stay here. Okay, motion to adjourn. Call roll, Betty.
Mrs. Clement?
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy?
You got a sore throat. You want to go home?
Yes to adjourn. Yes. He said yes. He said yes. He said yes.
He passed.
He said yes. He didn't pass.
He just said he passed to me. I don't know.
He said yes.
You passed?
Asking, is it yes to adjourn?
Yes.
Yes. It's yes to adjourn.
Well, listen to Rand.
We haven't done the referendum. They're playing the game because they don't want us making a motion for the referendum.
So let's just put it for
Who's playing the game? Who's playing the game?
What do you want to do, Gene?
He changed his vote to no.
Okay.
Mary Ann, that's
Go
enough.
ahead. Betty, you voted no, right? Mr. Morrow?
I passed.
Mr. Robert Smith? Mr. Stein?
Yes.
Mrs. Wolko?
Yes.
Mr. Carroll?
Yes.
And Mr. Charles?
Mr. Mara passed.
Yes. I'm calling Mr. Morrow.
Mary Ann, you want to run this meeting? or you want
No, I want to leave, Charlie. I want to adjourn. It's after 10
Well, we
o'clock.
could have been done with what we didn't want to say here.
We got one motion to read and we can get out of here.
I got two.
Well, I got two.
Okay.
Where's the count right now?
Well, Three.
Oh, look, he gets up.
I'd like to make another motion, which I believe exists in the current policy, that no administrator be directed by any one board member to prepare, present, or do any type of request unless they are instructed by the superintendent, and that 5 board members have directed the superintendent to do so.
That's written policy, why do we have to have a motion?
I'm reaffirming that policy.
Oh,
Motion by Mr., I don't think that's appropriate motion.
Because it's about you.
You're sequestering.
It's part of our policy though, Charlie.
No, because committee members work within the scheme of the committees. If you put that in place,
It is in
that
place.
no committee can do any function, be functional at all. That is ridiculous.
Charlie, it's already in place. It's in place.
That was not the intent of that. It was the idea of giving somebody on the administrative staff a direct order without going through the superintendent.
Well, that's
That's
been
what that was
happening.
about.
But that's been happening.
No, it has not.
Oh, it been certainly has.
Where has it been, where has it been happening? Tell me where.
There's places that people in maintenance are being
What
told.
people? What people?
Bill and Scott are being told by one board
By
member
who?
to do this, to do
By
that.
who? By who? No, I go through Karen on everything.
I don't know about that.
I go through Karen on everything.
Contractor at the high school examining masonry?
Excuse me?
Did we have a contractor at the high school examining masonry?
Yeah, I think Scotty did say he had somebody up there.
How did we come to that contractor? I mean, did he just?
Contractor contacted me and told me that he talked to a couple board members.
Oh,
Who was the
Couple
board member?
so here we go.
Oh, wait a minute, who was the board members?
Yeah, you would have to ask him.
No, I'm asking
Well, I
you.
asked him directly and, yeah, you would have to ask him.
So we're supposed to believe that a contractor just come up to you and said he talked to a couple board members, and could he go
He
out and?
contacted me.
What does that have to do anyways with giving him a direct order to do something? It has nothing to do with it. If you research that further, find out who the 2 board members were that brought up the idea of bringing, who was it? Who came up to see you?
Ron Majeski.
Red.
Did he have a list of things to look at?
Initially, no. No, initially, no.
Initially?
Initially, no.
So we gave him things to look at.
I showed him what HHSDR had given us,
Was any other contractors invited to do that?
not to my knowledge.
What does that have to do with giving a direct order though?
Well, obviously, the man
You
showed up.
you find out, call Red up and find out who was telling him to come up and look. Okay?
And I'll defer this till the next meeting.
That'll be
Well,
fine.
obviously-
Now, and you'll defer to the motion?
What? No.
Okay, well now, okay, let's go back to what you're saying. Who gave him a direct order?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, whatever 2
Who?
board members asked a contractor to go up to that school.
Well, I guess you better find out who that is if you're
Well,
gonna
he's
make
gonna
accusations.
find that out. He's
Find
not
out,
making
okay, now-
accusations, he just
now,
admitted
what
it.
this-
Can I go and ask a contractor to go up and give me a price on something in this district?
I don't know if you can or not.
No, you cannot.
Can you?
No,
You can't do that?
no. One board member does not have the right to go up and ask that.
Not when it was advertised
That is
2
totally
times.
corrupting the
Who
bid.
Who did it?
Well,
You
we
keep
have to
saying,
find out.
well then, be quiet until you find out who did
That's
it.
what Bill's motion is about.
My motion was just
there he
really
goes.
general, with reaffirming an existing policy.
It has nothing to do with committee meetings though, and talking with Karen Capella and going through the thing. Okay? Nothing.
There's too much in this
Giving
district
them
going
orders
on.
has a lot to do.
Who
You
orders?
can't interfere,
Who?
anybody,
Who?
not one of
Who?
us can interfere with her ability to run this district.
Has anybody done that?
Well, if somebody ordered them to do that, and that is.
Ordered to do what?
Were you involved in that?
Stop for a minute.
Were you involved in that?
No.
Who ordered
I
him
don't
to do
know.
what?
I
Who ordered
said
who to do
if-
what?
I
So why do
said
we have Mr.
if
Holm, Mr.
something
Hopkins,
right.
Mr. Spar escorting these people running?
You tell me
didn't know anything about
who
it.
did that.
I have no idea.
Do you know who did that, Scott? Because, it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with Red McJeskey. If you're implying it
I'm
was
not
me,
implying that.
had nothing to do
Implying
with
that
me.
somebody gave them instruction to do that.
All I know is that the Attorney General would feel that that's corrupting the bidding process and corrupting procedures.
And I'll tell you what, I think that if that took place, I think you should just go right ahead
Well,
and
it
do
did
that.
take place, Charlie. It did take place.
Call Red up tomorrow and find out who told him to come up here. And I think you'll find out it was Denise Kuhn last.
Oh my God, Denise Coon sent somebody to look at the high school building masonry? This week? Oh my God! Maybe Bill Ellis called. For God's sake, Charlie. Denise Coon.
The last board, I was just talking with
Let's move on.
Larry, thank you.
Pushed it.
Randy, would you please put your presentation?
Pushed it.
I thought he went through it. I thought you went through till next
I
week.
said I would discuss,
A little order in here, a little order.
I said I would further discussion on this issue.
My God.
We'll see about that, because that's who Red, when he finally called me about this,
She'll love you.
told me that the last board told them to come up and see you about it. So I don't know what that meant.
Oh, yeah, it just so happened that you're looking at a masonry project that you think needs done right now, and
Mary Ann, I just told you what it was told me. He'll find out off Red.
Denise Coon.
Well, Denise Kuhn and there was two
Denise
others.
Coon wasn't even the last president, Bill Stein was.
Hey, listen, Mary Ann, it has nothing to do. The man called me after the fact of seeing this
I
guy.
don't believe a word you say, Charlie.
You don't have to.
Well, I don't.
Charlie, please.
We don't either.
So in other words, Denise Coon's a private citizen, so Denise Coon can call a contractor
know.
and ask him to go up to the
I was told, I
high
asked,
school and talk to our director of
Mary
maintenance.
Ann, I told you that,
Good.
Mary Ann,
Let's go.
Aren't you guys glad you stayed for the fun?
yeah.
See, you should have adjourned, and all this would have been.
That's your guys'
I
MO.
voted yes.
That's your guys' MO. Why don't you confuse and combine?
That's wrong. That's wrong. I don't think I caught that on tape.
I do. I got it.
Holy jeez.
Mrs. Flement,
I got it. We'll be in the courthouse.
Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Stein's motion.
To reaffirm the policy that we won't be involved in their.
Yeah, that's right, Charlie, just tell him to vote no and come on.
Yeah, I heard him.
It is
I
an
heard it.
existing policy.
It is already an existing policy, it's just not being followed.
It's reaffirming.
Actually, I
Ask Karen, try to get
Just
the,
follow it.
well, we already do have a policy,
Then
but
we don't
nobody's
need to-
enforcing it.
Go ahead.
Well, it
Anybody
needs
else need to
enforced.
vote there, Betty?
Oh, Mr. Kennedy. No. Mr. Morrow.
No.
Mr. Robert Smith. Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Mrs. Walkover.
Yes.
Mr. Carroll.
Yes.
Mr. Charles Smith.
Okay, Randy, put your presentation.
They said they don't want to follow the policy.